Hi to everyone. Today we will discuss about an overview of the entire chapter, theory of consumer behavior and demand analysis. Welcome back once again. Overall, we have discussed the entire chapter in n number of videos in last session, and today we will discuss about a bird eye view on the concept of theory of consumer behavior and demand analysis. So this chapter, even though it weightage of 20 plus of marks, so forget about the marks, let's focus on the topic of today's session. Okay, the entire chapter is summarized under two heads. One is about theory of consumer behavior and next one is about demand analysis. See, you all know that in a market, consumer is known as a king. Without a consumer, we cannot predict, we cannot expect, we cannot do anything in any of the market. So, consumer plays such a significant role on running of day-to-day as well as long-term markets. So, in such case, in economics, for the first time, so there are n number of experiment has been done of understanding how consumer behave and why. Okay, so each time consumer cannot behave same in the same market or different market. Why it is so? So what is the reason behind it? What are the causes behind it? So in that first time, so John Walrus and Manjo. John Walrus and Manjo, these two economists have made an experiment of understanding why consumer behave differently. Okay, even though everything is in his favor, opposite, why it's so? So for that purpose, they have coined a new item of understanding the consumer behavior, that is called utility. You all know that utility is a want satisfying power of a commodity or service. Because of that utility, consumer behave differently in the market. So consumer behavior is based on two major points. So first point is about, you all know that utility. Okay, next one is about the budget or income point. So utility, you know that the meaning in the last videos we have already understood. It's a power of a commodity or service which satisfies our needs and wants. Then this utility is again classified under three heads. You all know that is a weightage of 1 or 2 marks. So like initial utility, total utility and marginal utility. On first consumption, what a consumer can get, that is called so initial utility. On a total units what he will consume in a particular period of time is called total utility. Then followed by so additional what we gain on consumption of it is called marginal utility. Then this concept of utility is generally measured under utils. Okay. So now the question comes in our mind, how this can be measured? But before that, we must understand utility is somewhat different from satisfaction, where the utility derives before consumption. It's all about mind gap, what you want to get. Then satisfaction, what is the thing where we can get after consumption. Now coming to the point, this utility, an experiment has been done of understanding how it can be measured. Okay, for that, two economists will come to the picture. First one is called Professor Alfred Marshall, and next one is R.G.D. Allen as well as John Richard Hicks. And they made an experiment of understanding and measuring methods of measuring the utility. And for that, they have made into two approaches. One is called cardinal approach. Next one is called ordinal approach. From ordinal approach, Alfred Marshall has developed one theory which is already invented by someone, and the German economist named called Professor H. Gossen, and that the law is also called as a law of psychological consumption, and that the theory which states about an agenda of economics. There is unlimited wants and limited resources, but he made an experiment of converting unlimited wants into limited wants, and that the theory is called as a law of psychological law of consumption, or Gossen's first law, and later on it was developed, and that the theory, you all know that law of diminishing marginal utility. And this is guaranteed for how many marks? 6 marks question for NCERT of PU state is concerned. Okay. Now coming to the point, that the law where it stands that when consumers start consuming any of a commodity continuously without any time gap, then his level of satisfaction will come down. The level of utility will come down. You can remember one particular diagram is there where the level of satisfaction will increases, after level it becomes stable, then decreases, then the marginal utility will keep on decreases. You all know the diagram. Okay, so for the reference you can go by the number of other videos. Then next concept will come, then that thing is called ordinal approach. Okay, so in the cardinal and ordinal, these are the two methods which have been used to measure the utility. In cardinal approach, utility can be measured and expressed in numerical numbers like height, weight, kilograms, okay, liters, in numbers, in simple we can call it. But the level of satisfaction, neither utility cannot be measured in numbers, it can be only compared by putting ranks. According to which approach? Ordinal approach. From this approach, the new law has been emerged, then the law is called law of MRS. Law of MRS, which stands that law of marginal rate of substitution. To gain one, you have to lose another. From that one theory will emerge, then the other theory is called indifference curve. So indifference curve, you all know that. So always convex to the origin but not concave, where it's a different combination of two goods which yield same level of satisfaction. Then that leads another map. Then that is called IC map. Okay, an IC map is a set or a family or a group of indifference curve which represent different levels of satisfaction, where we come across with the one preference, and that the preference called monotonic preferences. Monotonic preferences. For better reference, you can have a different number of features of indifference curve, where there are more than 10 to 12 features are there. But in your syllabus, they made it to only 3 types of features of IC. So first one is called higher indifference represents higher level of satisfaction. Then lower indifference curve, and next one is about it always convex to the origin. Okay, and moreover, third one, it cannot intersect each other. So why? Because every indifference curve which represents different level of satisfaction, when they intersect, it is against the law called the law of MRS. Okay. And this is the point where it deals with the how consumer behaves in the market. But at the same time, another element of consumer behavior is about the budget. We come across with the budget, we come across with the budget line and budget set, and the different shifts under the budget set too. So when we sum up all these, and there is a one topic will emerge, and the other topic stands for optimal choice of a consumer. Optimal choice of a consumer. And in this bird eye view, we can call it as if you want to understand this optimal choice of a consumer, you need to understand all this stuff. The types of utility, the level, the budget, the capacity, the ordinal, cardinal, everything you need to understand. Then only you can understand the concept called optimal choice of a consumer. So, compared to all these, the most important one for a 6 marks, that is called optimal choice of a consumer. Are we clear? Then, so optimal choice of consumer is a combination of two issues. One is called indifference map, and next one is called budget line. When you sum up these two, then there is a one concept will emerge, then that is called the best choice of a consumer. In simple, when a consumer has n number of choices in the market within the given level of income, then how he or she will come to know that yes, this is the best option, this one gives the best result, this one gives the most result when compared to n number of other alternatives. Then for that you need to go by so optimal choice of a consumer, where n number of so indifference curve will be there, which we used to call it as a monotonic preferences, where you have to draw a budget line, and this is a budget line where it is exactly tangent to any of the curve. Then the other part is called so optimal choice of a consumer. So when you have a number of options like A, B, C, D, E, among this you need to come up with the one particular choice, then that is called optimal or a best choice. And here the concept of consumer behavior, the topic ends with the optimal choice of a consumer after the budget line shifts and all. So next part you all know that there is the demand analysis. So where we come across with the what is demand. Okay, so meantime demand schedule, demand equations. Okay, so we come across with the demand. The term demand we cannot call desire as a demand, we cannot call want as a demand, we cannot call wish as a demand. A demand is one which is characterized by how many features? 3 features. There must be a desire to buy, One must have a desire to buy. Next one, you must have a willingness to pay. At the same time, ability to pay. So when you merge up these three, then only we can call it as a demand. At the same time, you must understand quantity demand. So quantity demand refers to if a consumer is ready to buy certain quantity of goods for a particular time, for a particular price, then that is called a quantity demanded. We come up to the three equations of it, and those equations are known as, the first one is called general equation. Okay. Second one is called a specific equation, and third one is called a linear equation. So generally you all know that QD equals to, QD represents quantity demand. So QD equals to f of t, PR, y, t, and many factors. Then specific equation stands QD equals to f of t, the most influencing factor among the number of factors of determining the demand. Then the linear equation, you all know that is about QD equals to A minus dP. A minus dP. So where A and B are constant value, A is a constant as well as B, P is an independent value, then QD is a dependent. Where minus indicates, we need to understand one law, and that the law is called law of demand. So if other things remaining constant, if other things means whatever other than price, if other things remaining constant are unchanged, if price increases, demand fall, if a price fall, demand increases, you know that the stuff of it. Okay. Now, so to understand this law, how it will work out on the different goods, you need to understand four types of goods are there. Coming to the first one, normal goods and inferior goods. Third one is about substitute goods and complementary goods. So coming to the first one, here, normal goods, inferior goods, substitute goods, complementary goods. Normal and inferior goods will take an element with the income of a consumer and the quantity demanded. If our income increases, demand increases. If our income decreases, demand decreases. In case of a normal, it is the inverse in case of an inferior, low price goods. In case of a substitute and complementary goods, okay. So here, the point of substitute goods deals with the price for a commodity and the quantity demanded. If a price increases, demand for substitute increases, and here, if a price increases, demand for a complementary decreases. In simple, there is a positive action in between the normal and substitute. There is an inverse relation in between the inferior as well as complementary goods. Then we come across with the movements, that is for 2 marks, and we enter to the next one, even that is with the diagram for 5 marks or 6 marks, okay, 4 or 6. Then if it go by the shifts in the demand, you all come across with the shifts, the forward and the backward shifts, okay, then that is for 6 marks. Then we enter to the linear derivations of demand curve. So in the last class we will discuss much about it. Then we enter to the price elasticity of demand, then the linear demand equations, okay, then the market demand. So market demand number of times it has been added and deleted from the question bank, but moreoverly, so that is also shown for either 4 or 6 marks. So in the entire the concepts of it, so 6 marks weightage, 4 questions are there. So first one is about the law of diminishing marginality, and next one is about optimal choice of a consumer. Then third one is about shifts under the demand or the budget, and the last one is about derivations of demand curve. And these are the 4 important 4 questions of weightage of 6 marks, and rest 3 will come under the 4, and rest simple topics will come under either 2 marks or in 1 mark. I hope you people would understand the concept of the bird eye view on the concept of theory of consumer behavior and demand analysis. So if any of the doubts are there, so you can go by my WhatsApp number, and in the description button you will find the links of it. So thank you for watching.